Yeah, if you could just try to stay in that one spot, because I'm gonna be on this side, and we'll be able to
Okay.
see. All right, I'm ready.
Okay. I'm gonna. So, first of all, when you got the call, how when that phone rang and it was the Chargers, tell me about that experience.
Man, it was it was just surreal to be honest with you, man. Just hearing them say, "Hey Trey, we trading getting you for the Chargers. We using this pick for you." It was surreal. I've been dreaming about this for a long time, and to finally hear those words, I was just ecstatic. I couldn't even keep a smile off my face.
Were you able to meet the team kind of beforehand with the Chargers, and what was your experience when you kind of met with them for the first time?
Yeah, so I met with them at the after draft combine. I'm formally met with them, and just meeting with Coach Harbaugh was great. Whenever I first got in there, he gave me a big warm hug. They were actually my first meeting, and he kind of just talking to him, you could hear the passion in his voice about football, and that's something I pride myself with. Whenever I go out there and I play, I really play with a chip on my shoulder, and I show how much I really love the game, and being able to play with a coach like that who has the same joy and same love for the game like me is going to be huge.
You're going from Louisiana to Los Angeles, and you talk about going out west and
Yeah.
everything. And how cool is that opportunity?
It's gonna be pretty cool. Luckily I've been able to go out there and train out there a couple times. I was actually able to train out there and pretty much be almost in the same area I might end up being in for my pre-draft combine training and things like that. So it's gonna be a familiar setting in a way.
What are you thinking about? I'm sure you probably have kind of done some cursory looking at the team and stuff like that. Those teammates, how cool is it to be able to go and meet up with them and try to link up?
It's gonna be awesome. We got a great quarterback in Justin Herbert. I definitely know his arm talent is second to none. To be honest with you, his ability to stretch the field and make plays with his legs is awesome. And also be able to go in there and play with a guy like Lad McConkey. I've played against him in 2023, and I saw how good he was firsthand. And everybody saw this past year. His rookie season was one of the best ever, to be honest with you. And being able to play with a guy like that, be able to pick his brain, see what he did his rookie year, and kind of use that my advantage, maybe duplicate that. So it's gonna be awesome.
I believe also one of the new players, Mike Williams, coming
Hmm.
onto the team.
Yeah.
How's having that brain to pick and that experience to kind of lean on?
Yeah, it's gonna be great. He's definitely been there. He's been in the situation where he's been one of the top guys in the league, and I can't wait to really just pick his brain about what he thinks about each and every situation in the game. I can't wait to talk to the vet, man.
You've played in a tough conference, SEC and everything like that. AFC conference, you've got, of course, the Chiefs. The Broncos are on the come up and everything like that, and the Raiders. How does it feel to be in such a kind of a hotly contested division already, and just very competitive?
I'm super excited. I feel like playing against those competitors, brings the best out of me. So I can't wait to get there and be able to go play against the best.
Tell Chargers fans what they're getting.
You're getting a great guy first and foremost, then you're getting a competitor. You're getting a guy who's going out there and try to be dominant and make his impact on the game no matter what. And you get a guy who's making those big plays, making contested catches, really just trying to do his best to get a win for us.
We had three Acadiana area people go in the second round, you being the first, and you talk about how strong and rich this football culture is around here, and it's how it's able to kind of build stars to that next level.
Yeah, it's really amazing, seeing all the talent coming from the 337, coming around from this area. It really just shows how much work we put in, to be completely honest with you. And each and every one of those cats that's getting drafted, each and every one of the cats that's waiting to get drafted, we all have put in a whole bunch of work, and we all dreamed about this moment. And to be honest, I'm super proud for each and every person from here that gets that chance. And I can't wait to see how they do in the league as well.
You got anything?
Yeah. How do you believe you can help take offense to the next level on this team?
For me, it's just being able to make those contested catches and, being able to make plays after the catch as well. That's one of my abilities I've worked on a lot this past year. And I feel like that's something that separates me from a lot of the receivers this draft class and in the league is being able to make plays after the catch. So whenever I get there, whenever that ball's in my hands, I'm trying to touch paint.
And then how is the Chargers head coach?
He's a great guy, man. Coach Harbaugh is, he's one of the best coaches in the league. And y'all seen what he did with Michigan. Y'all seen what he's done now. And you know, he's a player's coach. You know, he's always looking to have his players back. And whenever I first met him, it was great. You know, talking to him, you could see the passion in his voice, and you could hear the passion in his voice. You could see the passion in his eyes, just about the game and how much he loves it. So it's gonna be awesome playing for a coach like that.
And then just lastly, if you want to talk again about how excited you are right now, what's going through your mind?
And I'm super excited, man. I'm ecstatic about it, and just want to give a big shout out to my family and all the people that support me to this point. You know, I couldn't have done it without them, and you know, can't wait.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add? Or?
I'm good, unless there's anything else that we didn't mention that you wanted to get out there to the world.
No, I think I'm good.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
That is awesome. I'm going to free you from that mic.